All right, people, welcome back. Welcome back. Real Tough Talk. Definitely glad y'all came back with us. And this is the last game everybody's looking forward to. We already see IODs going back to the championship to defend their title. And now the question is, who are they going to play? And that's going to be answered with this game. You're going to have the number 1 seed, Carver Mob, versus the number 3 seed, Grind Time. Mm-hmm. And this comes to Grind Time playing one of the most successful franchises in UFL history, a 3-time champ.
Yeah.
Definitely beating some of the top teams in this league, paving their way to being one of the best teams in the league, if not the best. But they have a big problem. The UFL's all-time leader in touchdown passes, former quarterback of the year, former offensive player of the year, a 3-time champion, the only quarterback that's won 3 titles in this league, quarterback Chuck, will not be here for this game.
And he's not here for family reasons.
Right. He has a baptism,
a christening.
A christening. Yeah.
So to him, I'm guessing that was just as important as the game. So, sometimes you put faith over
absolutely
football sometimes, and he did it this time. So I can't necessarily be mad at him about that, because this is something that's more in tune to who you are. Like, football obviously is a big part of your life, but faith is that much further than that. So I can't necessarily be upset, but it still hurts that their best quarterback, probably the best quarterback in touch football history.
Right.
I'm just saying probably. Yes, he is the best football in touch football history.
Let's just call a spade a spade.
Can't be here for this game. And the crazy thing is, this is Carver's 3rd Final Four in a row since they won 3 championships. And
listen, we're not going to get into the whole situation because you pretty much know it by now. Yeah. We're going to stay on the football topic. And the key is he's not here, but they have a very capable quarterback in Tommy. Tommy's throwing for Monsters, Inc. This guy has to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in football right now. So that's a great backup to have. Tommy's better than a lot of the starters in this league.
Yes.
So that's definitely a good insurance policy to have. And bigger than that, I think Carver still has that number 1 defense.
Yes.
That defense that gave up an average of 5.6 points a game, less than a touchdown a game. That defense that was number 2 in sacks. So definitely, they still have all those players. They have Ricky, who is a capable leader that can take over the team. Team can follow him. They have Boo Boo, another capable player. They still have their MVP candidate, Sal. They still have their Rookie of the Year candidate, Femi. They still have very capable players. They still got one of the best offensive players in the game, Wes, who's like a Jerry Rice, basically. And then you still have the greatest coach ever to coach football in Pans. Yeah. So even though you don't have your main quarterback, there is no reason to believe that this is going to be a walk in the park. Because you got to know before you finish, you jump in, Carver was prepared for this. If I know them, I know the organization, they have a plan A, plan B, plan C, and they know that if this opportunity came up and Chuck was not able to make it, they got Tommy, who's the next best option.
And you're forgetting all of those things that they have on their team that gives them the advantage. They also have they have the best blitzing scheme in this league.
Correct.
They're a team that knows how to use the blitz in a way that a lot of teams cannot recover from. They surprise so many teams, and it keeps quarterbacks on their toes because they do not know where the pressure is coming from, and that is a big uplift to their defense as well. That's why they're number 1. That's one of the reasons why, anyway.
And let's not forget Cabby. A definitely playmaker, a definitely guy who can change the game. They have AJ. They have a lot of good weapons, so don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that not having Chuck isn't a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's good that they have these type of weapons to fill in.
This game, again, You cannot say that this is going to be an open and shut game.
Absolutely
anyway, because if you look at Grind Time side, they had one of the best offenses this season.
Top 5, actually
Yes.
number 4 in the league.
Yes,
offense.
so that's one. 2, they were the one team that scored the most against this number 1 defense in Carver.
Correct.
16.
16
Nobody
points they
scored higher than that on Carver.
No.
So they're capable of putting up points, at least 2 touchdowns or more they're able to put up on this Carver mob defense.
And Carver, that game, only won the game by 3. That was their closest game all season.
Yes.
You know, they won 19-16. So that was the closest game all season. Grind Time had a chance. If you look here, with the end of the game, a second left on the clock, and Lou missed Jalen on the throw in the back of the end zone. So definitely this is the most formidable team that has the firepower to keep up with them. So at the end of the day, and Carver, the number 2 team in sacks, sacked Lou 3 times that game.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, this Carver team, this Grind Time team is the main. This Grind Time team is the main team that can stop Carver. I thought defensively it was Team X has the best defense to stop it, but I think Grind Time has the best team overall to stop it. And the thing you got to look at is this is Lou's opportunity to get to a championship. You know, he has a young resume, but definitely has a lot of accomplishments, accolades on that resume. First year in City Island, the guy won MVP. So he has a lot of accolades, but the bottom line is he does not have an A championship. And that's where you're labeled. You make your name based on championships. And you have to have an A championship on your resume in order to be labeled as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. And by him being this game, he has to get past this game in order to have an opportunity to get that. We're going to go to both teams' huddles before we jump into the game, and then we're going to jump right into the game.
Crossing our line, let's go, let's go.
Don't talk to nobody else.
Offense first. All right, y'all? Listen to your routes. If you got what you got to do, come talk to me. You come ask me. All right, y'all? Let's communicate. Let's do what we got to do. Offense, special teams, and defense. Everything is big. No individual game. All right, y'all? We play as a team. Everybody's good, but we play as a team. We're great. Let's go. One person can say I'm good. All right, y'all? The team can be great. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Right, y'all? Break the up, all right, y'all?
Hey, Grind Time football, let's go,
right
y'all.
Now, right, family on 6, man. Let's go, man. Leave it all out there. Ain't no tomorrow. You hear me? Let's go. Leave it all out there in the field. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go, fellas.
Yo, listen. Keep it moving. Listen, first and foremost, more than anything, I got a rule. When you get to the playoffs, you get to these times right here, it don't matter about nothing but everything you got. Like, you only got one opportunity to make that, like, that one play. Ain't no tomorrow, ain't none of that. You got to give it everything you got. Dive. Any little scratch and claw. Because listen, the difference between winning and losing could be that right now, you know? But everything you got, guys, let's go.
Yo, listen, I don't care if one person on this team make a mistake. I don't want to hear, damn, yo, this, that, put me down. No, it's a new quarterback we're going to play. Just like how we play with Chuck, even harder, y'all. Defense going to keep doing what y'all doing. Offense going to pick it up. Stop letting the game be on the refs. Let Pam do his job. If Pam not doing his job, bro, we get on him. Just like when we don't do our job, he get on us, he has to do his job. Let him do his job. Players ball out. Players ball out.
No curse.
Hey, don't get too emotional, fellas.
Yo,
Don't get too emotional.
Fellas, listen. It's a game. Yo, who's that? It's a game. We played the same way for 8 weeks. We did the same thing. We didn't change nothing. Ain't nothing got to get changed. Come out here, we give it our all. As long as you give it your all. Motherfuckers acting like Tommy's new. That's a fact.
Tommy ain't new.
No.
Tommy, you go and you better bust their ass. Yo, that's it.
Ain't no fucking hero here, man. It's just straight Carver football, y'all. Let's get it nice and loud on 3, y'all. 1, 2, 3, come on. Let's get it.
And that's great. You know, I love the fact that Pans put his belief in Tommy. And what he said is true. It act like Tommy hasn't done this. You know, Tommy has been in multiple championship games. Tommy has been a quarterback that has beaten Carver in the past. Yeah. Tommy has been a quarterback that has been in Final Fours in City Island. Tommy has won a championship in Friday Night Lights. So this guy has a resume that can definitely should be respected.
Yeah.
And having these guys on his team, they should have an opportunity to weather the storm while Chuck is not here. So we're going to jump right into the game. Throw off by Carver lands right at the 1 yard line, and that is a great way to start the game. Gronk has a very strong arm, and I love the way he got the ball downfield. It drops right at the 1, a Carver bounce, giving grind time about the 1.
And forcing grind time to, on their first drive, to drive all the way down the field from the 1. Let's see what Lou can do, because that's why he's here.
Lou on 4 rush throws to White, who has a step on time in the sideline for a big gain, getting him to the 45-yard line. If you look here, Tommy gets caught on the pump from Lou and throws away, and White gets by him. See, I don't like this stuff. I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, this is the same way grind time attacked them last time with their speed. But why is your starting quarterback playing defense? There is no way your starting quarterback should be on that defensive field. We saw Jay's here. He's been here early in the season. I don't care who else you got to put in. Tommy should not be starting on this defense. Third down, Lou gets blitzed by AJ, blocked by Yomi and E-Rock. Lou throws the White on the sideline, who runs for a decent gain, picking up the first down. Second down, Lou throws the ball in the gap for a nice gain. Third down, Lou on 4 rush, throws deep to White in the end zone, knocked away by Tommy. Grind time has to punt. If you look here, E-Rock is open, and that's a nice stop by the mob. That's a nice stop by the mob.
And you're saying that Tommy shouldn't be on the defense, but he is an athlete in and of itself, so he's able to make plays like this. That's why he's able to play defense, because he's a capable defender, and he's able to stop plays like this, helping Carver's defense.
Second down, Tommy on 4 rush, throws the boo-boo on the sideline for a short gain. And this is my problem with this play. If he waits 1 second later, he has Femi wide open. Look at this right here. Femi is wide open. But I understand he wants to build some confidence, but if you have a big play, you got to take it. He doesn't there, and he goes for the short boo-boo on a short game. Third down, Tommy's blitzed by Rob, who's blocked by Ricky. Tommy throws a boo-boo open the middle, off target, incomplete. Carver after punt. If you look here, boo-boo is wide open in the middle, and Tommy misses the throw. That's 2 passes he missed with guys either open that he missed, or he just didn't throw the ball to, and that's huge by them. They have to punt.
These are 2 bad plays that's missed by this Carver mob offense. If you see here with Tommy, he doesn't allow the play to develop on this play. He goes for the short gain here, but if 1 second, look at Femi, he's wide open in the gap. He misses a big opportunity there because that was extra yardage after the catch. Then if you look at this third down play, he gets under pressure, he rolls out to the left, and he misses Boo-Boo wide open in the gap. So these are plays that Tommy is missing. They got to settle him down and get him focused on these drives, because he cannot afford to miss receivers like this.
First down, Lou on 4 rush, throws the ball in the middle. It's going to be dropped and bobbled up in the air, picked off by Sal, giving it right back to Carver. And if you're a defense, this is how you bail your quarterback out. Your quarterback just struggled on his first possession and force your team to punt. But this is how you come back. Bo has to catch this ball. Big drop by him, big gain by Sal.
And at the end of the day, when you look at this play here, you can't necessarily worry about what happened on last drive, because of this interception, you net gain yardage because of the interception. Now you're in better field position to drive down the field. Hopefully Tommy can capitalize.
First down, Tommy throws deep to AJ, cutting across the field. Pass is short, picked off by Jalen, giving grind time back the ball. If you look here, Ricky is wide open. And I don't understand this play. Your defense just got you the ball back. They just made a big interception on first down, and the chance you take is going downfield, trying to get a big play. When you have Ricky wide open, you gotta build confidence if you're Tommy, and he doesn't do that, he throws the ball right back. Second down, Lou is blitzed by AJ, who's blocked by Yomi. Lou rolls left, throws deep to Bo in the middle, knocked away by Sal. If you look here, Anthony is wide open on this play, but Sal got beat. Bo was able to get behind him. Sal just puts his hands up and gets the knockdown, but that's dangerous, the fact that they allow Bo to get behind him. You're a center fielder, you're a free safety, you can't allow that to happen, but they got lucky there. Third down, Lou on 4 rush, pumps and throws a White on the side, off target, incomplete, grind time after punt. If you look here, White is early in the play, but Lou doesn't throw it, and grind time is supposed to punt.
But if you look at this play, I think Carver got away with a play here, because if you look in the gap, Ricky is all the way in the backfield. He's all the way in the gap, and then he rushes in all the way from there, leaving White open in the gap. Lou pumps instead of throwing it. Ricky is not the tallest guy on the field, so I don't think that he had any issue with throwing it over his head. So I think that because he pumped, that let White go to the sideline, it made for a harder throw at the end, and that's why it ended up being incomplete.
On the punt, Grind Time throws it down. Femi drops the ball. The ball is spotted at the 10-yard line. That is a huge drop by Femi as they start on their own 10. Tommy throws to AJ, cutting in the middle for a decent gain. Second down, Tommy throws to AJ again in the gap for another decent gain. Third down, Tommy is blitzed by Rob. Blocked by Boo Boo, but Tommy rolls right and sacked by Rob. If you look here, Tommy goes away from the block. Instead of allowing Boo Boo to block for him, Carver has to punt again.
And this is just Tommy is not necessarily looking comfortable in the pocket right now. He's not making the best decisions. He's missing receivers that's open, and now he's not following his block to gain himself some extra protection.
And Ricky's one of the best blockers of all time in UFL, and you cannot do that if you him. You gotta allow him to do what he does, but he don't. Now, if you look here, look at this play. Look at Sal and Pams. Pams is frustrated because Pams wants Grunt to throw the ball downfield. Remember, on the kickoff, Grunt was able to throw the ball to the 1-yard line. On the punt, wherever it drops, that's where it stays. But Sal wants him to go 4 and out. Who's the leader of this team? If Pams is the coach, then that's what it should be. But I guess because Chuck ain't here, do they not respect what Pam's saying? Now, that doesn't make any sense to me. I think Pam's made a call, and Sal challenged it this week instead of playing his position, and he doesn't. So now, obviously, there's a reason we talk about that. Chris is going to get the ball. Now, on every punt, you must throw the ball by 4 rush. If the ball is not off by 4 rush, the ball is where it's at. It stays where it's at. Chris during the punt, if you're going to look here, listen to the count as Chris gets ready. Hear it. When the 4 is coming out, you can see the ball is still in Chris, which is, we call him Grunk's hand, and they're going to turn over the ball. The ball's going to stay in that spot, and Grind Time gets the ball. Carver's going to challenge it, but it's inconclusive on the tape. You couldn't hear it. Too much noise outside, everybody going crazy. End of the day, Grunk knew to get that ball up by 4. I think the arguing by Pams and Sal kind of threw him off, but he got caught with the ball. Grind Time gets the ball right there.
And the thing, a thing about this play here, they kind of argued the play that, oh, he got the ball off, but it's similar to hiking the ball before you say 1.
Right.
You know, you can't let it get that close, because once it gets that close, you're getting the flag.
Right.
So it's the same here. He lets it get close to 4, and because of that, he got the flag. This is a hard play to even challenge, because what are you going to do? Say that he threw it at 1/10 of a second before 4? That's hard to measure, even with the camera. So at the end of the day, there's no shot clock or anything like that, so it's at the ref's discretion. So this is something that they just dropped the ball on, no pun intended, and that's why they end up getting the ball at the 25-yard line.
Lou with a short pass to White in the gap, getting him inside the 20-yard line. Second down, Lou is blitzed by Tommy. Blocked by Yumi. Lou runs it for a short gain. Why is Tommy still on defense? He is struggling. He needs somebody that be putting an arm over his shoulder and talking to him. Coddle your star quarterback. But he's on defense, so he does not have a chance to reset his mind and figure out what's going on. That is a horrible call by this Carver team. I have to put this on Pams. I have to put this on Ricky. They're the leaders of the team. There is no way Tommy should have been out there on defense when he's struggling at quarterback. Third down, Lou throws the ball in the gap at the 10-yard line. Bo catches the ball. The ball is knocked out by AJ. The rule is a catch. Carver challenges, but the play stand. What do you think of the call?
And if you look at this play here, we have close plays like this all the time. But if you look here, there's a difference. Right here, you see Bo has both feet on the ground. He never leaves a jump or anything like that. He's running as he catches the ball. As he gets the ball in his hand, he has control of it. He goes to turn and make a move, and then the ball gets knocked out of his hand. That qualifies as a strip. In the NFL, that will qualify as a fumble.
Right.
But because we have no fumbles here, there's no strips. That means that because he already had control, he never left his feet. He was already turning
so he's making
to make a
move.
Because he never left his feet, he's already in control of the ball. And because of that, that means that after the ball was knocked out, that is a completed catch. That's why the play stands.
And the ball is a part of your body. So as the tag came, after he made his offensive move already, the ball comes out. I think that is a good call by the ref. The play is going to stand. Carver loses that challenge. 4th and goal. Lou on 4 rush finds Anthony in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Dirt is guarding Anthony, but Brian cuts in front of him, freeing Anthony for the touchdown. Bo gets a 2-point conversion. 8-0, grind time.
And this play here, this was pretty much horrible defense on this play as well. Because if you look, he gets the pass to Anthony, but he wasn't the only one open in this play. If you look from the beginning, you see White cutting in front of the end zone. He's wide open. Then if you look at the same time, look in the back of the end zone, Bo is open, wide open in the back. Then if you look here, you see Dirt guarding Anthony. He's guarding Anthony, he's with him. But as Sal crosses in front of him to guard his man, it cuts Dirt off, leaving Anthony open, having a window for Lou to get him the ball for the touchdown there.
8-0 grind time. After a short pass, Tommy on second down throws a sign in the middle for a decent game, picking up the first down, stopping the clock. Then Tommy again throws a sign on the sideline, gets out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Clock stops again. Second down, Tommy throws a boo-boo in the gap, getting him to the 10-yard line. Third down, Tommy throws to AJ, cutting at the 5-yard line. 4th and goal. Tommy on 4 rush, throws a cab in the back of the end zone, knocked away by Jalen. Turnover on downs. If you look here, Femi's going to bring his defender over, which causes Cabby to collide with him, which causes Jalen to beat Cabby to the spot. But the key of this play was, look at AJ. AJ's wide open, but Tommy's not looking at him. That means this was designed to go to Cabby. He never looked to his right. AJ's wide open. This is a touchdown. Tommy missed it.
And if you look, like I said, like you said, you look, AJ is wide open. This was not a play that was designed for him at all. But if you are the person that's trying to score the touchdown, sometimes you have to break away from a play that's set for one receiver.
Yep.
First of all, you haven't given the ball to Cabby all game. He's been covered most of the time. So why look for him now? Look for your other receivers that's been helping you drive down the field. AJ was one of the keys to this drive, and you do not see him there. That is an unfortunate miss on this 4th down play, and it leads to a turnover.
Lou with 3 passes get them to the 40-yard line. The clock is moving. Last down, Lou throws it up to Bo on the sideline. The pass is going to be dropped. Turnover on downs. They're not even able to get a first down. Carver gets the ball back.
And that's a missed opportunity there. You could have gave. All you're doing now is you're giving Carver one last shot at the half. You don't want to do that because anything can happen with this Carver team. Even with Tommy throwing, why give them an extra opportunity? That's exactly what they do.
Last play before half, Tommy throws it up. Cabby gets a hand and they can't hold on to an incomplete pass, taking us into the half. 8-0 grind time.
If I'm going to speak about Carver, worse could have happened to their defense. They was able to hold this grind time offense to 8 points right now. That's the best you can say right now. But their offense has to kick it up. They have to get in the game. Tommy has to be focused only on offense. The fact that he's playing on both sides, I think that that's hurting his game because there's no way for you to assess the last drive and repair your mistakes in game. When you have to jump from one side of the field to jump back on defense, there's no way for you to think about what happened on the last drive. Now you have to leave that go. You're not fixing the problem. So he's missing receivers. He's not letting the blockers block. He's throwing inaccurate passes because he's worried about the pressure. All of these things are a bad formula against a good defense like grind time. If you could put yourself in a hole this early in the game, you're going to have to play catch up, and that's not something Tommy wants to do at this point in the game.
If I'm grind time, yeah, we know they don't got Chuck. We know that. But they have weapons. But this team is like a snake with his head cut off. The rest of the body dies. They don't know what to do. They're arguing with each other. We seen Pam's go into a power struggle with Sal. Sands wanted them to punt, throw it downfield. Sal wanted them to go 4 and out. They end up giving the ball to grind time in the red zone. They got Tommy playing defense instead of just focusing on offense, so he can't reset. This team is all over the place right now. They got veterans on this team. Ricky, Wes, Boo Boo, Sal, Tommy, so on. And they look like they're all over the place. They don't look confident. They look scared. So what they do, they gave us an opening. This is like a boxing match. We know we can beat them. We're the younger team. We're the more inexperienced team. But they showed us that we can beat them. We knew we came close the first time. We lost by 3. And now they don't have their quarterback. They go to Tommy. Tommy's looking like a deer in headlights. Pams has him still on defense. Sal and Pams is arguing. We got to make our opening now. We need to score again, and we could put this game away because this team looks like this is not a Carver Mob team. It should be Chuck and Carver Mob. Remember when the Temptations, he wanted David Ruffins and the Temptations, and they said, don't ever disrespect us like that. We're a team, whatever.
Yeah.
No. This mob does not believe that. It's Chuck and the mob. That's what it looks like right now. So right now, we need to punch him in the mouth because we got him dazed. Remember in Street Fighter, when the thing goes, it's like this, he's happy me all the time because he get killed in that game. But it's choo. Or better yet, Mortal Kombat, he's like, finish him. This is our opportunity. We can't let them shake out of it because we got them against the ropes right now. We're going to jump into the second half.
I like those little game analogies.
What about the choo? That was cool, right?
The sound effect leaves much to be desired, but I get the reference. It's kind of it's actually an accurate reference, but, you know, the fact that you're able to make it, I'm impressed.
We're going to jump into the second half. Tommy on 4 rush with blocker from Ricky. Runs in the middle for a decent gain. First down, but if you look here, Femi's opening the gap for a bigger play. Tommy's scared. He's scared. He's scared to throw the football now. That's what we need. Definitely missed that play on the bigger play that he had. Tommy on 4 rush throws a West on the sideline. High, incomplete. Why? How he missed his throw. Second hour blocker from Sal. Tommy throws it to AJ in the front. Knocked away by Jalen. Taking this to third down. Third down, Tommy's blitzed by Frank. Blocked by Ricky. Tommy throws the Sal on the sideline. Off target, incomplete. Carver has to punt. Now look at this drive. I was just talking a few plays, and now I'm going to break this down. Look at this. Blocking from Sal. Why is Sal blocking? He's one of your top offensive players. He never should be blocking. You need him in the field, but they got him blocking. He's going to throw to AJ in the front of the end zone, but Jalen knocks to it, but nobody's short. Then on the next play, he gets blitzed by Frank. Ricky picks it up. Throws a Sal on the sideline. Way off target. But look here. West is open. Boo-Boo's open. He doesn't make the throw. They have to punt. This team doesn't look the same. This team does not have confidence. And now we're a team. We're sharp. There's blood in the water. It's time for us to eat right now. Lou's going to get the ball. He's going to pump. Throws deep to Anthony. By himself in the gap. Runs all the way to the end zone. For the touchdown. 16-0. Grind time. Look here. Lou's going to pump to Brian in the middle. So you're going to have Sal and Femi step up. Not just one safety. Both safeties step up. And if you look here, that's Femi's guy leaving Anthony open. Femi left Anthony open. Brian is Sal's guy. But Femi steps up. I don't know why. I don't know what Chuck has to do with them on defense. Chuck didn't play defense. And this defense gave up 5.6 points a game. He steps up. Anthony's open. Touchdown. 16-0. Grind time.
First of all, I don't think that you emphasize how well how good this pump is.
Yes.
To bring both safeties up.
To bring both
right now.
yeah.
Right now, I think Lou has probably the best pump in this league right now. The only person that comes close to that is Ramsey.
Right.
And the way that he's been catching defenders, he's been doing it all season. If you see here, both safeties look at Brian. It looks like he's going to Brian because he is open in the middle. They step up to try to stop that play. Anthony is wide open. If you look, they let him go right past him. And such an accurate throw where only he's by himself in the gap. So Anthony's left to run all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And what's great about this is if you look at Alex and them, look, Alex, that's what Alex. If you look at Alex, this is Alex that plays for the former champ, Super Friends, but he also throws for Blackout. He saw this play because if you look here, he's going to look at Vadim. And look, that means he saw this coming because he's been paying attention. And the reason these two guys step up, Brian's a stretch the field guy. Yeah. Brian killed the Raiders last week. So they got to respect his speed. But both guys step up, leaving Anthony open. That hurts. 16-0. Grind time. Tommy gets the ball. He throws the side in the gap for a decent game, picking up the first down. Tommy then throws a boo-boo in the gap for a decent game. Baca's flag for early contact. Replay it down. What do you think of the flag?
I think that this was very close, so it could have went either way.
Right.
Unfortunately for grind time, the ref sees that he comes in early and throws a flag, so it's a merited flag.
Tommy on 4 rush throws deep to Femi on the sideline, knocked away by Jalen. If you look here, Tommy's not even giving Ricky a chance to block. Jalen has been all over the field, knocking passes down. He's reading where Tommy's throwing. Tommy's not allowing the play to open up or develop. He's making a throw because he's not confident. He's hoping something can happen. He's overseeing things. Second down, Tommy throws a Femi, cutting in the middle for a decent gain, getting him to the 7-yard line. Third down, Tommy's blitzed by Josh. Blocked by Ricky and AJ. Tommy throws a boo-boo in the front of the end zone. Baca gets a hand in, drop. Boo-boo believes the ball was there early. It's no flag. What do you think of the play?
And if you look at this play, this was actually about the same as the other play.
Right.
It could have went either way, but the ref does not see any early contact. Boo-boo believes that his hand was held, but if you look, we zoom up the play, it looks like as Baca goes to reach around, he gets his hand in as Boo-boo goes to catch the ball. He does not knock his hand down. He's not holding him. He just gets his hand around, and because of that, the ball comes out. Boo-boo's not able to hold on to it, and that's a drop.
What kills
back.
me is that everybody's saying that's a clear hole, or he grabbed him, or it was contact. It's clear as day. No, it's not, because you slowed it down in this bang bang, and the ref just gave you that call early in his drive. So obviously he's looking for the early contact. He didn't think this, and look what Boo-boo's doing. He's here arguing, getting mad. And look what Ricky tries to do. I'm glad you kept recording. Ricky's a massive call on getting the quarterback to call hike before the other team is ready. But they're off sync. They're arguing. They're not listening to Ricky. And you look at Ricky's frustration. Because now it's all these Chiefs, it's all these emotions, and he knows they don't have their safety blanket. Chuck is not here. They can't afford to do that. That is huge. 4th and goal. Tommy on 4 rush, throws the solid back in the end zone. Tipped by Jalen, picked by Josh. Giving the ball back to grind time. If you look here, once again, Tommy's not letting Ricky block. Now look at this play right here. Look at Jalen. Jalen has been reading Tommy the whole game. Because if you look here, he throws in that area he's looking. If he pumps there, the receiver's open, going to the outside.
AJ, yeah.
AJ's open, but he doesn't. He sees it, does it, Jalen gets the hand. That's going to be picked off. Grind time gets the ball back.
And the thing about it is, regardless of what, this is 4th down. You've been struggling all day, and you have a blocker. Give the blocker a chance to give yourself some extra time. Maybe you need the play to develop. Maybe a receiver can break away. But Ricky is there to give you that extra space so you can have time to let the play develop. Tommy does not do that. He's trying to get the ball off as soon as 4 rush comes. And because of that, Jalen reads this play, and he's able to knock it away to force the interception. One pump was all he needed to get his receiver open. He doesn't do that, and they read it all the way.
2nd down, Lewis blitzed by AJ, blocked by Yomi. Lou throws a Brian in the gap, high, that's incomplete. 3rd down, Lou on 4 rush, throws a ball. If you look here, wide open on the sideline, who cuts it in, then cuts it back out, past Femi, runs it in for a touchdown, 22-0. If you look here, Carver's in man. The only one that's not in man, Tommy. Lets him go to nobody. Look at Tommy's disgust when he sees Bo getting the ball. He already know he messed up. He already know the defense was in man. He already knew he blew his assignment, and he scored. He gives that a grind time. Pam's going to end up calling the game. Grind time comes away with the win. 22-0 to go to 1-6-1 championship game. Now we're going to go to the interview, and then we're going to break down the game. We'll be right back. What's going on? Stephen J. You can come in the interview. Come on in. Stephen J. here with Grind Time. They just beat Carver 20-0. Lou, offensively, you did what you did last week. You were shredding up their offense, able to move the ball. Would you prepare for this defense coming into this game?
I mean, like I say every time, man, I'll come prepared every time from the losses that I did. I lost against them in regular season also. I had to look at the mistakes I made. I was waiting too long to get the ball off. For me, I was waiting too long, and then I had the blocks, Jomi giving me time, and they can't run with us. Like I said, you can't match up with us. We got too many weapons.
I'm actually the elephant in the room. You know what's going to be said. Y'all only won because Chuck wasn't here. Yanni going to a chip because Chuck wasn't here. What would you say to people that say that?
I mean, I don't play against him. He's the quarterback. I play against their defense. They still have the same defense. So they ain't put up what they're gonna say. He didn't score. So if their defense is up there, I mean, they're supposed to get the stops also.
Jalen, you played with this team before. You know, sometimes people feel they have a sometimes cocky attitude, you know, because they want so many chips. Do you think that they thought it was a walkthrough, not having Chuck? They thought Tommy was going to run through y'all?
No, I think they respected us, honestly. I just knew that it was going to be difficult for him to come in for this one game without having thrown this season. You know what I mean? If you've seen Tommy play, he's big on rhythm. So he likes to get the ball out 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So I knew it was going to be a little bit tough as long as we played good defense. As long as we made him try to put 8-play drives in. Because to score in this league, people don't really score on 1 play, 2 plays. So I knew if we stayed within it, you know what I mean, we'd have some chance to make some plays. But I think overall they respected us. They came, I mean, they played hard. There was nobody that was like...
Everybody in the field saw Pams and Ricky arguing throughout the whole game. We've never seen that. Do you think that that's when they kind of was pressing panic mode when they started doing that?
No, I just think it was about Tommy's rhythm. Like I told Louis all week, when Ricky blocks, that's usually for Chuck. That's good for Chuck, get more time to throw to his guys. For Tommy, they don't always need a blocker, you know what I mean? So they had difficulty figuring out what was their best offense, you know what I mean? So they really didn't catch rhythm. Ricky was in sometimes, they would take him out, try to put Cab in, you know what I mean? So I just think it was a matter, they were getting frustrated that they didn't have rhythm. They didn't really put together any long drives. Besides that last one, they were in the red zone. They had another one in the red zone, but besides then, I think they punted maybe 3 or 4 times. So I just think frustration happened from not being able to score.
Bo, this team, y'all was able to do against what they... Yeah, the same everybody all season, go downfield on them. Did you know you was going to have that same success playing this team even though they had Sal and Femi at the free safeties?
I mean, coming into the game, every game, we always have the same mentality, you know, get ready to stretch the field, get ready to run. You know, Joe me blocking, so we got time. You know, Luke could throw anywhere on the field, so be ready to make plays when the ball comes.
What are you feeling now? Y'all going on 1-6-1. You have teams that's been here for years and haven't got there. Y'all first year in the league. You're going to 1-6-1 and playing that chip game. Tell me what you feeling and what you think your team is feeling right now.
I mean, we're feeling great right now, but we also know the job is not done yet. We still got one more to claim the prize, you know, really make a statement in this league. We was waiting for you, seeing if you was going to come back, and you did. That's what we wanted, so.
Last question, Lou, right back to you. You play IOD. You know what it's the saying. To be the champs, you have to beat the champs. You got the the team that's trying to repeat as championship. What do you think you got to do facing that team next week?
Not face the name, come out here and ball out. For me, it's a regular football game. You can't approach the game to the name, you understand? Come out here, do what you got to do on the field, what we've been doing all season.
How big is Yomi coming into this game? He's the only person on your team that have experience coming into the chip as a starter. He started going into the chip. Him and Rod played in the chip. So you got 2 guys from Valles that actually been there before. What is it like with their experience coming, helping y'all this season?
I mean, that's the veteran guy right there. For me, I ain't gonna lie. Through the whole game, he's the most guy that talks to me experience, how much time is left on the clock. It's a big experience right there. On defense, big experience as Rob also. For me, everybody communicating, you gotta come on and ball out.
These guys are going to the chip, and they got the defending champs. Y'all better be there. 1-6-1, grind time, first year in the chip, but they're not ready. They want the last one. See you on the site. I'm gonna chime in the game, and I'll let you finish it up.
Mm-hmm.
Carver didn't have Chuck. Now, when you don't have the greatest quarterback of all time, it's not going to be the same game. It's like not having LeBron James. You saw what's going on with the Lakers without LeBron. Football, it would be what happened if New England Patriots didn't have Tom Brady, similar to what Carver experienced. Carver was like the New England Patriots of touch football. But you're supposed to have the next man up mentality, and you have one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. And that has nothing to do with your defense. There's something wrong if you not having your starting quarterback affects you defensively. This team didn't play organized. They were missed assignments. That has nothing to do with Chuck. That has to do with discipline. It seems like when you ever heard the saying, when the cat is away, the mice will play. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. You see this? Look at this. Pam's arguing with Sal. Mm-hmm. Look at this down here. Pam's arguing with Ricky. Now, obviously, you know, you allow the guys to express themselves. But, and, you know, I'm pretty sure Pam and Sal patched it up because it's a coach and his player.
Yeah.
Ricky and Pam's patched it up. A coach and his player. But your team don't see that. Your team's already nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So they see that, and now it breaks down over to the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
First mistake Carver made, Tommy should have never been playing defense. No way.
Not in this game.
Jay was here, Jay should have played defense. If Jay's hurt, Cabby could have played defense. If Cabby can't do it, John could have played defense. There's several other plays you could put before you put in Tommy. Tommy's played defense all year. I understand that. But you need to be able to talk to your quarterback. They didn't do that. That's one. Two, Carver has the number 2 in the league in sacks. They didn't sack Lou all day.
Mm-hmm.
Lou had too much time. It's 2. 3, Carver gives up 5.6 points per game. They gave up 22 points this game. This team lost based on discipline. It was a big chunk of their quarterback, but if you recall, their quarterback didn't play well last game versus T-Max. Threw 2 interceptions.
Only 1 touchdown.
Scored 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense got an interception. At the end of the day, when your quarterback is not there, it is the leader's job to take over and let them know we're going to do this. They said it in the huddle. They didn't bring that to the field. We could go back and forth and talk about the circumstances that the quarterback didn't make it back and what the league did. The point was they suited up, they went on the field, and they disrespected themselves with this type of play. We all men here.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't play like it. Tommy's a top 5 quarterback. He took a hit this game because you still got to see it and through it. Now, I know they expected Tommy to be okay because he played in the 3-second league, but I believe there's a first down every 25 yards. Different animal here. UFL is a different animal. I believe that with Carver going 5-0, them forfeiting their last games was a mistake. They should have played them in order to give Tommy some type of playing time. Tommy's first pass in the UFL was in the Final Four game. What do you expect to happen? Against a formidable team, against a top offense, and he knows he may have to shoot out with them. This is on the team. I put this on Pam's, I put this on Ricky, and I put this on Sal. These are your leaders, and they did not lead. They did not see eye to eye, and they did not lead, and that cost them this game.
But let's not be unfair and only mention why Carver lost this game. We also got to talk about why Grind Time won this game.
Okay.
We got to be fair.
Right.
One, their defense, they came out to play.
Correct.
They pressured Tommy every chance that they got. Had him looking confused, like you said earlier, deer in headlights.
Yep.
That's exactly how it looked. So that's 1. 2, Carver Mob's defense got exposed by Grind Time's speed overall. And we mentioned this before when Carver played a few years ago, and that's why they picked up White. That's why they picked up Bo and all of these guys.
Because they needed speed.
They needed speed. And these same guys that they played with last season is playing against them now. So that speed they lost, and they never recovered it. They got a lot of size with Cabby, with Femi. You know, they have one guy with speed with AJ, you know, but the speed ultimately was lost when all of these guys went back to their own team. So that took a hit for Carver, and Grind Time exposed them for that. Then you have Lou picking apart their defense when he had the opportunity in the second half, using his pump, chopping up the field, and taking and attacking their gaps, attacking their weaknesses, and he went at Tommy multiple times because Tommy didn't have his full head on defense.
Correct.
Because he's the quarterback.
Correct.
He played a little worse than he normally does.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, They did everything that they were supposed to. And not to forget, Jalen had probably one of the best games in the season in this game right here.
Against his former team. He knows Carver.
And he didn't get any interceptions, but he read Tommy like an open book this whole game. Whenever Tommy was looking somewhere, Jalen was able to read it. And when he went deep, Jalen was there to knock a play away. When he went short, Jalen was there to cut off the play. When he tried to score in the end zone, Jalen was able to read it, bait him, and knock it to give Josh the interception. So at the end of the day, they read Tommy.
And let's not forget about Yomi.
Yes. Listen, there's so many things. Listen, so many things that you got to say that they did right. Yomi gave Lou all the time that he needed. Lou did not really have to worry about pressure this whole game because Yomi was there, because Rob was there, and every now and then they had E-Rock come to block as well. So Lou was protected. He had no worries about the rush coming in. And that surprise blitz that Carver did this game, it was ineffective. Ineffective. Correct. They saw it. They were prepared for it this game, and that's why they were able to block it. So that's them doing everything that they needed to in this game. They played a terrific game, and that's why the score shows it with the 22-0 win.
Now it's going to be an asterisk. Let's call a spade a spade. So it's going to be said that Lou did not beat Chuck.
Yeah.
And it's facts are facts. Lou has not beat Chuck in their last 3 meetings. When he played in the regular season, he lost. When he played in the regular season with the Violators, he lost. And when he played in the playoffs with the Violators, he lost. He's 0-3 against Carver without Chuck. This is his first win in UFL.
Meaning with Chuck.
I mean with Chuck, you know what I mean? And this is his first one without him. But Chuck doesn't play defense.
Mm-hmm.
So they got exposed defensively. Again, my biggest beef with Carver Mob is it's always supposed to be next man up. We're a team. We're not a singing group. We're a team. Everybody does their job. We have a next man up. They didn't look like it today. They look like Chuck. Now they're going to be looked at as Chuck and the Mob, not Carver Mob, because you didn't have Chuck and you look like a C team, meaning the mistakes you was making should not have been made. Tommy takes a hit because I understand this is not his team, but he also had his guys here. He had Femi, he had Sal, and he had AJ. So those are your main guys that you couldn't even get the ball to. So that's still the same thing. Now, I don't put all the blame on Tommy because he didn't throw all season. But again, I put this some on him because they should not have forfeited the last 2 games. He should have thrown just to have experience in the UFL. I put this on Pams because he should have been focused on his quarterback. He should have pulled Tommy off of the defense and talked. If it didn't look good with Tommy, well, you put Dirt in. You put Cabby in. You put Crunk in. Your job is to, as a coach, is to come up with a strategy in order to win the game. Tommy was not getting it done, so you had to come up with a strategy. I don't care if it's go downfield one-on-one with Cabby. You had to come up with a strategy to do, and they did not do it. They were arguing. They were arguing with each other. You see Boo Boo arguing about this call rather than worrying about scoring. It's a call he got earlier. He didn't get late. Your job is to score. Your job is not to whine and do this, because had you listened to Ricky, they would have got the ball off for that quick hike, and Grind Time would have been offsides. But Grind Time goes to the chip. And now Grind Time plays IOD. If Grind Time does not give IoT a battle, this game versus Carver means even less.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the only reason Lou had a chance was because Chuck wasn't here. If he's able to compete in the championship game versus IOD, then it looks like Lou is really here. He arrived. But if he struggles and does not do none of the things he did, don't get me wrong, IOD's coming in with the number 2 offense. IOD's coming in with the number 3 defense. But IOD's coming in with the number 1 team in interceptions. But they're only 6 in sacks. Okay. They're not good at sacking the quarterback this year.
And let's not forget This is, like you said, the number 3 defense, number 1 in interceptions. None of that mattered when they faced their last team in their game against YMM.
Correct.
None of that mattered because Corey put up points against this team.
But it's Lou Corey.
We have to see. Not to say that he has to be the same.
Corey could possibly be the MVP.
Yes.
Corey could possibly be the quarterback of the year.
Yes.
So,
but all I'm saying is, it's possible. If Lou plays a proper game and play on his strengths, and he gets protected by by Yomi, because this team struggles in pressuring the quarterback. If they take that advantage and use their speed, because they have more speed than this ILD team,
correct,
I believe.
Correct.
So that's their advantage. The same advantage they had in this game against Carver, they can use against ILD.
I agree.
And their defense has to play and make plays the same way that they did in this game. Because Adi's another quarterback that can take advantage of your defense.
Correct.
So this can be a good game if Grind Time plays the way that they did in this game.
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. Grind Time's going to the chip to face the defending champs. If Grind Time can win this game and knock off the defending champs, their reputation, their brand,
yes,
will take a huge lift. But if they do anything less than compete, if they get blown out,
yeah,
if they get embarrassed, they look like a B or C
But
team.
you know what? At the end of the day, we all know, regardless of what, even if you get there, at the end of the day, being blown out or losing by 1 for this Grind Time team should be unacceptable.
Right.
That's just my opinion. That's how they have to go into it. They lose by 1, it's unacceptable. It's a waste. Even though this is their first season in UFL,
I don't agree with you on that.
Listen, I'm not saying that that's how it is. I'm saying their mentality going
I understand
in
that.
should be
But
that.
if they can compete with the defending champs and keep it a game,
yes,
regardless
but
of what
that's
happens, their organization
right,
will
but
take
listen,
a lift.
but that's-
Because the fact that they're one of the youngest teams in the UFL.
Yes, I know.
They got to a chip their
You're right.
first year. Now again, we're not gonna not say there's not an asterisk next to it because
Yes.
Chuck is not there. But if they can compete in this game, then it's more like, hey, maybe if Chuck was there, he didn't look
Listen.
good against Team X. You know, I don't know.
Listen, all I'm saying is this. I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying you're wrong. That's how we and everybody else, that's how all the critics are going to look
Right,
at it.
but the
if
way
they're
they-
able to compete, then yes, they get some recognition for going all the way to the championship and competing in the championship in their first year in the league.
Correct.
But their mentality is all that should matter to them.
That's
Who
true.
cares what anybody else thinks? We as a team, we as Grind Time wants to win. If we do not win, it is all a waste. That's how you got to look
it's
at it.
$6
That's
grand.
how champions look at
It's
it.
$6 grand on the line. too.
Exactly. Everything is on the line. So all of the things that you did in the regular season all the way up until this point doesn't matter if you do not come home with that trophy, with that check, with that money, with everything. If you don't, then it's a waste. That's how you got to look at it going in. You got to believe that you can win, and then if you play well, then you will win. That's the formula for winning.
Well, we're going to wrap this show up. Hopefully y'all liked it. We thank y'all for being with us this season. We should have one more show before the championship game, and that's more of us breaking down things of this game, things that we saw during the season. At the end of this, you'll see a quick thing of the players that's the nominees for the awards. And then next week or during the week, you'll see the All-Star video because there will be an All-Star game. There was possibility that the championship game wasn't going to be played because a situation presented itself. We're not going to really get into it. We done been through it on social media, so everybody should know. But both teams reached out to the league. They really wanted to play, and they're going to play.
Which is exciting. Like that's pretty much all I was waiting for. You know, we want these two teams to play. The two teams that deserve to play in the championship.
And I get the All-Star game, which we are tied.
Yes. Okay. You know what's funny? And not to say nothing, but...
And we'll talk about this on the next show.
Yeah. But I just want to be brief. Yes, obviously we want to see this championship. You know, exciting championship. Can IOD defend their title? Can Grind Time come in and take the title under IOD's nose?
Right.
And be a team to jump into the league their first year
and win a chip different.
We haven't seen the only team that was able to do that
was Carver.
You know, not counting the NVR team because of that team were already playing in this league.
Right.
So they'll be the second team to be able to do that. But when we speak about the All-Star game, the East and the West are tied 3-3. This is the tiebreaker.
And this is the last year the UFL is going to be A division.
Yes. This is pretty much the end all be all, and the West has to win. Has to win. We as the West side have to show our supremacy at the end of the day, because that's how it's always been. We kind of slipped through the cracks a little bit in the last 3 years after we won 3 in a row. You know, but we gotta show them this time that there's no question that the West was the better division overall.
And right now, while we wrap up the show, we'll both name our starting quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it on the video.
Yeah.
But my starting quarterback of the UFL East All-Stars is the man who led the league in touchdown passes, Mr. Corey of YMM. That is the Eastern Conference starting All-Star quarterback.
And I'm excited to announce my starting quarterback. You have the #1 scoring quarterback as your starting quarterback.
In the league, yep.
And I'm excited to announce that we have as a starting quarterback Chris of Harbor Humans, which was the #3 quarterback in touchdowns this season overall, and the #1 in the West in touchdowns. This man had a great season, and I think that he is a person that can go head-to-head with Core when it comes to putting up points in this game. And that's why I'm excited to see them face each other in this All-Star game.
We'll go through the rest. You
Yeah.
know, it'll be on. We'll have a video, and we'll talk about it on this show. So we should have the All-Star video, and then we'll have a show talking about the All-Star guys or whatever, and then we'll talk about the championship stuff. So we're gonna wrap it up. So hope y'all guys are ready. The championship game is going to be played next week.
Yeah.
And we're hearing that this year, because of the time situation that the teams had, the championship game is going to be played at 3.
Yeah.
The All-Star game is going to be played after. So we will be playing the big All-Star game in the lights at the end. So I cannot wait to smack your Western Conference team.
Please.
As we move this league over to a C division. You know what I mean? The last A All-Star game. Let's get it. I'm ready with my All-Stars. So we're going to wrap this game up. We're going to thank y'all for being with us.
Be excited all the way until you lose.
Yeah.
But I don't want to keep on that, but it's fine.
On behalf of Real Tough Talk, I'm Stephen J. It's my partner, Ghost. And we're going to see y'all next week as we go over the All-Star game, but more importantly, the UFL's 7th championship. Defending champions, IOD versus Grind Time. We're going to see y'all next week. Thanks.